Welcome back, future filmmakers, to another video. Today, you're in for a very special treat because I, a filmmaker, will be breaking down those cinematography techniques that you missed from your new favorite blockbuster, Spider-Man: No Way Home. As filmmakers, let's face it, we all are Spider-Man fans. So it's my job to teach you those cinematography techniques used in this movie so that you can apply these into your own films or maybe even your own Spider-Man fan films. Because guys, we are not done with the Spider-Man content. We want more. We want more Spider-Man content. So I encourage you to go out and make your own Spider-Man fan films. Let your imagination run wild with these characters and just create something great. Future FilmMakers production company is excited to announce that we are also going to make our own Spider-Man fan film with a fun, epic twist, a story told from the perspective of Mary Jane. So we're going to tell an action-packed love story, and we would love to have your help in the making of this film. Down below is a link to donate to the making of this film. You do not have to donate a lot. Every single penny counts. Every single person who donates will get their names in the credits as a producer of this lovely film that we're going to make. And we will choose one of our lucky donors to receive a custom-made Spider-Man suit from the Daniel Potter, who's so talented. He's already custom designing some Spider-Man suits just for fun, and he will probably customize a Spider-Man suit for this film because he's just so talented. So be sure to donate. Doesn't have to be a lot. Any donation over $3 will be listed as a producer and will be in the running for a custom-made, one-of-a-kind Spider-Man suit. So my friend, just go donate $3. We don't expect a lot. Every single penny counts, and we're grateful for anyone who can spare even $1, to be honest. But let's talk filmmaking because that is why you're here. So here are the cinematography techniques that you miss in No Way Home. We're gonna start with the biggest one on the list here, starting with the scene that blew us all away. Massive spoilers. If you have not seen Spider-Man yet, now is your time to click off this video and go buy your tickets in theaters, because what are you doing? You gotta go watch it. And if you've already seen it, which I bet you probably have, comment down below things like how many times you saw it, when you saw it. The most impressive comment I will pin. I actually saw it at 3:30 p.m. on Thursday in 3D. Did you do something like that? Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about the lighting technique used in Aunt May's death scene, because I promise you it was very intentional and it added so much to the scene. I mean, did anyone else notice this? Because like, it was crazy. My mind was blowing in the theaters when I saw this technique being used. So according to Cinematography 101, the audience members connect to a character through their eyes. So when you watch the shots right before her death scenes, you can see a tiny speck of light in her eyes, and specks of lights are very commonly found in characters' eyes all the time in a movie. It is the way we connect with them, it's the light and the life in their eyes, etc. So in this particular shot, we have a tiny speck of light in her eyes. We also have some harsh light coming in on her face to portray the destructive feel of the scene, but that is beyond the point. The most important part is that little tiny speck of light in her eyes, and I know you guys probably think I'm crazy, but that is the most important part of the lighting of this scene, because she falls and the lighting setup changes and boom, we got no light in her eyes. We have the light angled so far above her head that now we see overhead lighting being used so that there's no longer that speck of light in her eyes. And why? Because she's dying. Her eyes are black. It is so horrifying and ominous. Like, look at her eyes. We are staring at the face of death because of the absence of a speck of light. It's crazy. There's no light in her eyes. They're dark and they're black, and it's just scary, just horrifying. That's how you portray death on screen. You also can notice that there's a contrast between Tom Holland's face, which is lit with very warm light, and then on her face, there's cold light, kind of to take all the warmth out of her face and make her look nothing more than a skeleton. So that was the lighting technique that was used at one of the most crucial scenes, and I promise you it was so intentional. This is used in filmmaking all the time, so now you know how to portray death if you need to. Also, shout out to Tom Holland for nailing the acting in that scene. That was so incredible. We truly experienced as the audience exactly what Peter Parker was going through in that moment because the acting was just on point in that scene. Now on to one of the most beautiful shots in this entire film, if you disregard all the CGI and special effects. This is personally my favorite shot, and I wonder if it's yours too. Comment down below which one is yours. This one's just so incredible. I'm gonna break down every component of this shot so that you can redesign it if you want to, because that would be so cool because this shot is just so amazing. Most obviously, this shot is a close-up, meaning that the entire frame is Tom Holland's face. Notice that the key light is very cold because this film is set in either late November or early December, I believe. So it's very cold outside, it's raining, it's New York, for goodness sakes. So they're gonna use cold light to portray the coldness. They're not gonna use warm light in the scene. That would not make any sense at all. The lighting is diffused. You can tell this by the fact that the edges of the triangle formed on his cheek are not harsh. So you know soft light is being used. And the triangle means that this is Rembrandt lighting. The most popular lighting techniques ever used in filmmaking. The camera is of course filming dark side because the shadow of his face is pointing towards us, the audience. There is zero fill light on his cheek that lies in the shadows, creating low-key lighting in this shot overall. You do notice that there is a small amount of backlight that separates him from the background and gives his rim a little outline. And then lastly, this shot is captured with a parallax shot, which is honestly my second, right under the dolly zoom, favorite shot, but I probably should say it is my honest favorite because I use it all the time. It is my go-to shot, and I call it the parallax tracking shot because it does the parallax movement but also keeps the subject in the same area of the frame so that the background spins and it just looks so amazing. It is one of the coolest camera movements in my opinion. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. The character development of the villains alone really helped someone to truly understand what the words "with great power comes great responsibility" means. And I thought that was just amazing. And I know if you're watching this video that you enjoyed it too. Bravo to all these filmmakers who worked on this film and made that film happen and brought this exciting, fun story for all of us to enjoy. Give this video to 200 likes if you want to see more film analysis on this particular film, on this Spider-Man film, or any of the previous Spider-Man films. But no matter where this world takes you next, it doesn't matter. Remember to never stop creating because it's our turn to make it happen.